lovely, lovely, lovely morning. Monday morning. Good morning. 3rd day of November 2025. How are you today? Let me first of all apologize for starting off the program behind schedule. It was due to a lot of circumstances beyond my control. I'm even surprised, yes, that we actually could make it live at this time. Thank you so much for your patience. To everyone who would always tune in to listen to Health Revolution every weekday from Monday to Thursday, I say thank you. We try as much as we can to be here to bring all the information and gist that you will need when it comes to healthy living. How are you today? Well, I'm doing great. Thank God for life. Despite all the tension in the country, everyone is scared. I don't know about Best Beauty, but for me, it's beginning to get to me. But in everything, let us be grateful for life. My name, as always, is Mary Omeni Wode. You can call me the Slim Diva. You're most adorable.
And my name is Best Beauty.
Are you also scared? Are you under tension, in any type of tension at all?
At first, when I saw the Donald Trump's post, I thought it was a meme. I thought it was actually a prank. I was like, this does not look real.
You already should have known that Donald Trump does not joke with issues like that.
I know, but we've also seen false pictures circulating around one period of time. There was one period I just saw false pictures of him taking pictures with some politicians in Nigeria, and it looked so real. But it was fake. So I was like, this could be one of those deep fake kind of news.
Mm-hmm.
But when people started talking, I was like, is this thing real? I went to check. Actually posted that kind of thing.
Unfortunately, it's not fake news. You do not joke with Trump, like a president like Trump. The moment he makes any statement at all, you need to take it very, very seriously. Although there are lots of controversies around that particular issue, so I wouldn't want to go deep into that. But why did I decide to just, chip it in? I want you to take care of your mental health. Yes, a lot of people are already traumatized. The war has not started though, but they are traumatized already. They are scared. What's going to happen if eventually the US decides to bomb Nigeria? What's going to happen? A lot of people will die, blah, blah, blah. Please don't even think about it at all. Don't visualize it in your mindset, okay? Because the moment you start off by doing that, it will affect you mentally and you'll be traumatized. And before you know it, you become depressed, even before the war starts off, okay? Thank you so much. So we're talking about, we'll be talking about something that is very, very important. I know of people who make this mistake almost every day of their lives. Every day. You see them, they want to eat noodles and they are cracking 6 eggs, 7 eggs at a go just to fry and have 2 sachets of noodles. And you're wondering, 7 eggs, just one person. They'll tell you it's not even enough. If it's not much like that, I cannot eat the noodles. I cannot eat the rice. Is that healthy for you? We'll get to find out today. That's the topic. So we'll be asking and we'll be finding out if it is safe to eat many eggs in a day. That is one. How many eggs are recommended in a day for both adults, children, the elderly, people living with different forms of diseases, be it high cholesterol, be it diabetes, be it, name it, any form of cardiovascular disease at all? We'll get to find out if eating eggs, like many eggs in a day, can actually affect such people. Also, we'll find out if there are, properties, what makes up the egg, be it the white egg, be it the yolk of the egg, what makes up that part of the egg. And also, we'll find out if it is safe to consume raw egg. I know of people who would wake up and say, they want to add weight, and then they break eggs raw in its form and they take it into their bodies. Is that also healthy? So these are the things we'll be finding out this morning. I know I spoke to a dietitian very early this morning. Unfortunately, she couldn't make it to the program, but she dropped a lot of points, salient points that I know would be of interest to you listening at this time. Okay, Best Beauty. What do you have on your plate?
Okay, so I have a little of everything, but I'm going to start from eating eggs every day. So eating eggs every day can lead to potential side effects like increased cholesterol and heart disease risks. Although the link is debated and may depend on individual health and preparation, other risks include the possibility of foodborne illnesses from raw eggs and digestive issues or acne for some individuals. Now, potential side effects. In as much as raw eggs are good for your body, it also has side effects. Every single thing you eat in excess has side effects. So one of the side effects of eating eggs is cholesterol and heart disease. Eggs are high in cholesterol and saturated fat, which can increase the LDL, which is bad cholesterol, and potentially raise the risk of heart disease, especially in those who already have it. Some recent research has challenged the link between dietary cholesterol and heart disease, with some studies showing no significant association, so moderation is recommended. Foodborne illness. Eating raw or undercooked eggs can increase the risk of contracting a salmonella infection. We'll talk about that later. Digestive issues. Some people may experience digestive discomfort from eating too many eggs, especially if they have an egg sensitivity. I personally did not know I had egg sensitivity until I started eating eggs like that.
Egg sensitivity.
Yes.
Is it like egg allergy or something?
Yes, like the same way you'd be like, a lot of people are lactose intolerant. That's the same way. Eggs and milk does that to me. If I eat too much eggs, like in the morning I eat eggs, in the afternoon I eat eggs, in the evening I eat, just know that, eh? Anyway, nutrient imbalance. Relying too heavily on eggs as a primary protein source could lead to an imbalanced intake of other essential nutrients. Increased saturated fat intake. Many egg-based dishes involve cooking with high-fat ingredients like butter, cheese, oils, bacon, what's not, which can contribute to a diet high in saturated fat. I'm going to end now. So that,
Okay, so before I also go deep into the other things that eating too much eggs can cause for a human being, I want you to know that one egg, you see that small, what color do we call? Is it brownish, whitish? Some eggs actually have this whitish color. You see that small egg that you see? Just one of those eggs gives you 6 grams of protein, and they are packed with a lot of vitamins. You want to know these vitamins: vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin B12, vitamin B9, which is also known as folate, and lutein. Also, each of these vitamins plays an important role in our lives. For instance, vitamin A supports your eye health, it supports your vision, it supports metabolism and cell development. Vitamin B12 plays a role in keeping your nerve cells and blood cells very, very healthy. Vitamin E, on the other way around, acts as an antioxidant to protect cells from oxidative damage. Folate, or vitamin B9, helps your body make new red blood cells and helps with the growth and development of your fetus while you are pregnant. And that's why they tell pregnant women taking a lot of eggs, not too much, but at least to some extent, because it will also help in the development of the fetus. Lutein is another important nutrient found in egg, and is a type of organic pigment known as the carotenoid, found in other things like carrots, sweet potatoes, and salmon. But there is an abundance of lutein in eggs, and that is what creates that rich yolk that you see, that colorful yolk that you see in eggs. Is also created by lutein, and it helps to reduce age-related macular degeneration. Yes, these are the things that come with aging. So research has shown that egg has a lot of these vitamins. However, egg whites and yolks have different properties. I don't know if you've heard people say, you're an adult, eat only egg white, throw away the yolk. Have you wondered why? That's because egg whites, the properties you find in egg whites is quite different from the properties you find in the yolk of eggs. Yes. So it says that egg whites contain about 60% of the total amount of protein that you have in the egg, while the yolk contains more saturated fats and cholesterol. Did you hear that clearly? So what this means is that the part that is even mostly beneficial to you as an adult is the white part of the egg. Unfortunately, that part is not tasty. It's not sweet.
The yolk is also not tasty. It's not sweet.
Really?
Yes.
See, I can share anything in this world, but don't tell me to share egg. That is where I'll have issues with you. I can hardly eat, the white egg without eating the yolk. In fact, I would throw everything in my mouth. That is how I love eggs, especially the yolk. However, you've heard it before. You're hearing it again. The egg white contains more properties than the yolk. Okay. So also studies that examine the fatty acids in egg yolk has shown that yolks have anti-inflammatory properties. They also have antioxidant properties that help with memory improvement and provide cardiovascular protection. So the thing is, when you eat it whole, when you eat the egg, the full egg, that's what people call it. When you eat it whole, also there are studies that suggest that it can also help with, doing a lot of things in your body. This is not quite clear, but the message here is that egg, eaten in its full form, has a lot of benefits. Also, we want to tell you that for people who have cardiovascular diseases, for people who have high cholesterol, for people who have one form of, ailment or the other that has to do with heart issues, the dietitians have recommended that you cut down on your intake of eggs, especially the egg yolk. I will talk more about that. I don't know if you have anything to add from your end.
Yes, talking about egg nutrients, you mentioned a couple of vitamin D's, vitamin that. I also wanted to add a bit. So we also have choline. Eggs are one of the richest sources of choline, essential for brain function and development. We also have minerals. Eggs are a good source of iron, zinc, and selenium. Antioxidants. Eggs contain antioxidants like, okay, you already said this one, lutein and zeaxanthin, which support eye health. So there are a lot of nutrients, like you said. But I also want to ask something. Talking about egg whites and egg yolk. I know that when it comes to skincare, they always talk about using the egg whites instead of egg yolk. Have you noticed that?
Now, like I said,
it
it depends on the properties now. That is why, from what we can see, according to research, the egg yolk has a lot of cholesterol oil, which might not be too healthy for your skin. That is why they say go for the egg white. I think it's called, is it albumin? There's something they call it. I'll find out what it's called again. However, it's possible that those into skincare have noticed that they get what they want from the egg white. I don't know if you understand.
Like if your skin is stretching, just apply egg white every single, like maybe twice a week.
The normal skincare routine
Yes.
now. Yes. So it's possible that research has been done in that aspect, and they've noticed that more of the properties that the skin actually needs can be found in egg white. We'll do more research based on that. However, today we are focusing on the intake of egg. Do you belong to the category of people who would want to eat eggs? And I know of someone that in a day he eats like 3 eggs.
Okay.
At a stretch. You can never see just 1 egg in his food. He must make it 3. And then he will go and still eat egg roll on top of the 3 eggs that he has eaten. And he tells you, oh, it's healthy for me. It has a lot of protein. Have you not heard? Well, this is what we're talking about today. Are you, part of those people who do that? Do you belong to the category of people who eat eggs as they come without considering the health implications? And then what's your contribution? We want you to share your thoughts with us this morning. Do you think that eating more than 1-2 eggs in a day is actually detrimental? If you think it is not detrimental, why? We just want to hear from you and have this conversation this morning.
You can call us via 0911 20022, 0911 20022, or 0707 454 1014, 0707 454 1014. Send us a message on WhatsApp at 0707 491 3438.
Okay, we are also live on Facebook at Echo FM, ECHOFM. Go right now, like, share, and drop your comments. I'll be here to read them out as fast as we can. Good morning to you. What's your name?
Yeah, good morning. Happy New Month.
Thank you. Thank you so much. What's your name, please?
This is Engineer Mikey, calling you from Akwakuma.
Engineer Mikey, how are you doing today now?
I'm very fine.
Okay.
I'm very fine.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, I want to ask a question.
Please speak up a little bit, okay? We are struggling to hear you.
I want to ask a question.
Yes.
Yes, for the topic you people are saying about concerning egg. Me, somebody told me that it's good for eating egg every day, once or 2. You understand? And you see some people come and eat 3, 4, 5. Say no, it's okay. There's nothing, no problem for that. Are you getting me? So I want to know, is it right or is it any bad thing somebody to eat more than 4 eggs, or is it they get any they target one, maybe you can eat 1 or 2.
Okay.
Maybe it can never disturb your body. So that is the
You mean in a day, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
thank you. Thank you so much, Engineer Mike E. I will go straight up and answer your question. Like I said, I spoke with a clinical dietitian this morning. The first question I asked her was, how many eggs would you recommend that people eat in a day, especially adults? Let's say from the age of, I don't want to quote any age, so I will not be misquoted. She did not even wait for me to learn. She said 1 egg, 1 a day. Now, imagine you're supposed to be eating at least 4 eggs in a week. And then you pack those 4 eggs and eat it in a day. Oga, what do you think is going to happen to your body? So she did not mince words when she told me. And there are still a lot of things that she said I will still bring to the front burner in the course of our conversation, but let us squeeze in more calls. Mike E., I hope that answers your question. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is David. I'm coming from World Bank.
Okay, go ahead, David.
Your name is what? David?
Yeah, David.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, I want to talk about, is taking raw egg bad for the health?
Okay.
Especially when I go for some auditions and some people tell me that for you to have your clear your throat, you should take raw egg. And I browsed about it and I found that it causes salmonella, something like that.
Salmonella.
Yeah, for you to have what?
disease.
Yeah.
Exactly. You said for you to have what? They told you to take raw eggs?
Yeah,
For
to
you-
have my voice.
Oh.
I have a good voice. Yeah,
You sing. You're a singer.
yeah.
Okay, I understand. All right, we'll answer. We'll respond as fast as we can. Thank you so much for your question this morning. Let's squeeze in more calls, please.
Hello, good morning.
Mommy.
What's your...
My mommy, good morning.
Hey,
my
say good
birthday-
morning.
Good morning. Happy New Month.
Thank you.
Happy
I
New
wish
Month.
you the
Okay.
same.
All right. See, when I was in the school, I was taught that even if you eat 1 egg or 100 eggs, it's the same percentage of protein that you will get. So it doesn't mean how many eggs you eat. That, in fact, they say the best thing, just eat 1 egg every day. But, Mommy, I want to ask, at what age would an adult stop eating yolk?
Okay.
Yes, I would like to know at what age, please.
Okay. Thank
Thank you
you.
very much.
Thank you, Aze. I'm taking note of these questions and they will be forwarded as fast as possible to the dietitian who will help us answer them this morning.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Could you please move around a bit? We can barely hear you. Hello?
Oh, so sorry, Gift. You'd have to change your position and call us back, okay? Good morning to you. What's your name and location, please?
The Slim Diva.
Hi, good morning, Chief Fidel.
Yeah, so I'm Fidel Onyenet is calling you from Owerri. I've been trying it. I thank God I got you today. For the past 4 editions, it's been difficult for me to contribute.
Oh, so sorry. Maybe it's all, now the network here is something else, and then we have a lot of people calling at the same time. So sorry.
Now, egg. They will tell us, at this stage, in the Meloki, don't eat egg. What is the implication of that? It's because you have become everything now. You're not a dietitian, a medical doctor, a nutritionist, and so
I'm
on.
not. Okay.
The same people will tell us that, look, if you want to live healthy life, no matter even if you're 100 years, you can eat egg. Some will also say, don't eat the white part. Some will say, eat both the white and the yolk. That's the yellow one. Others will say, only say, remove the yellow and eat the white. And they will say, white is chaff.
Okay.
The truth is that in my own thinking, there are people who naturally like egg. And too much of everything is bad. I know very well that once in a while, I take egg. And even when you say that it should be for children only, and you keep giving it to children, does it not have certain implications on the child? For an adult who also refuses not to take egg at all. I mean, not to take, refuses to take egg rather. What is the implication in his health? These are the things I want to find out. Thank you and God bless you. I'm
Thank
Fidel
you.
Onyeneke.
Thank you, Chief Fidel. Lots of questions in one. Where do we start? Okay, don't worry, Chief Fidel will attend to your question very soon.
Hello, good morning. What's the name and where are you calling from?
Oh, no. I don't know what's happening to the phone lines. Let's see if this is going to connect.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, my name is Ella Gold. I'm from Owerri.
Okay, go ahead, Ella Gold.
Okay, please, I want to ask this question. I don't know, how is it like when you want to eat egg, which way is more perfect? Is it by cooking or by frying?
Okay.
You know, the egg, you add some veggies if you want, but if you eat it cooked, you eat only the egg. So I don't know if there's any special vitamin added to it by eating fried egg.
Okay,
Like-
good question.
Health and other things.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ella Gold, for your question this morning. Don't forget, we are talking about eggs. How safe is it to consume more than one egg in a day? Is it actually advisable? Is it healthy? And then we've told you about the properties that you can find in the eggs. There are lots of questions. We are still taking notes, and these questions will be answered simultaneously.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. My name is Mr. Son. I'm calling from Owerri.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Son.
All right. I want to ask, talking about the number of eggs to be consumed, how about us that hardly eat eggs for months? Even in a year, I can't even eat up to 2 eggs.
Okay.
Is it a problem? We that doesn't eat egg, we that are not fans of egg.
Okay. Thank you. But is there a reason why you don't eat egg at all?
I know that I don't eat egg. I don't even remember it in line of action.
Hey. So you have this hatred for eggs. That's what you're saying.
Not that I have hatred though, but the truth is that I don't even remember it as something to eat.
Okay. Okay. Well, they say one man's food is another man's poison, right? But for people like you, we'll find out if that is a problem. But I doubt if that's going to be a problem.
I feel like there's egg in all these products you buy every day.
Refined egg.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned, those things are refined. We're talking about egg in its raw form, whether cooked or fried, but natural egg. That's what we're trying to talk about. Okay, more calls.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning, Mary, the most adorable and best beauty.
Good morning.
Happy New Month to you guys.
Thank
Happy
you.
New
Wish you the same. Go ahead.
Okay, this is Perpetua from Irete.
Okay, go ahead, Perpetual.
Okay, I want to ask a question based on the fact that if I eat cooked egg today, or let's say today is Monday now, and I eat cooked egg, and then later in the day I eat fried egg, does it have any side effects?
Okay, if you eat boiled egg maybe this morning and then later in the day you eat what's it called now? Fried egg, right? That's what you're asking.
Yes, because she said that you should eat one egg.
Okay, thank you very much for your question this morning. Like Nigerians said, the way they sit down and then analyze things. You see this question she just asked, I did not ever, it didn't cross my mind. It never crossed my mind for one day. But she's making a lot of sense. So you said I should eat one egg, Abby. Okay, if I decide to eat one, I boil it in the morning. And then you've still eaten more than one egg now. What do you think?
No, it's not the same quality.
It's not the same.
Yes, because boiled egg is in its full form. Fried egg, I feel like some of the nutrients is flying as you are frying it. But if you mix it, it's not the same. It's not the same, but the question will be answered.
Okay, the question will be answered. And for the person who said, who asked the question whether it's good to consume raw eggs, yes, I got across to my dietitian Rose Okafor, who is unavoidably absent, but she has joined me virtually, and she says, don't even try it. It is not good. Why? there are a lot of microorganisms that are harmful in their raw state. That is why they tell you most times if you want to eat certain things, not fruits now, if you want to eat certain things, you'd have to what they call it, warm it, or it has to undergo a little bit of heat, so that those microorganisms will die off. Imagine have you seen any egg that is bad? Have you seen a spoiled egg before?
I have.
Like when you break it, what's that smell? Have you
foul.
Thank you. You see the kind of foul smell that emanates from a spoiled egg, and those things are as a result of bad microorganisms. Not to talk of when you take in these things in its raw form. So, who called him? Was it David?
Yes, David.
That said he's a singer.
He has a nice voice.
He wants to improve on his voice because he's a singer and he has been told to consume raw egg. David, that is not good for you, please, because of the microorganisms. And then for Chief Fidel, who asked us this morning, at what age should an adult stop eating egg yolk? My dietitian says there is no specific time. Healthy adults can consume eggs as long as they live. Unhealthy ones can limit their intake to at least 2 to 3 times a week. What she means by unhealthy ones, for people who have, like I said before, high cholesterol issues and cardiovascular heart diseases, please do not take much eggs. In fact, do not even eat the yolk at all. But she says you can take eggs at least 2 to 3 times. It is okay. Okay? So there's no specific age that says, or there's no research, or there's no write-up that says you must stop eating egg yolk when you get to maybe 70 or when you get to 80. No. Everything should be in moderation. I hope that answers your question. We'll still attend to the other questions, but let's try to squeeze in more calls.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning. I'm calling from Owerri. My name is Ejike.
GK, please go ahead.
My question is this. I have gout.
Okay.
Is it good for someone that has gout to be eating eggs?
He has what?
Gout.
Okay, gout. Okay. All right.
Is it good for the parent to eat egg?
Okay, we'll respond in few minutes, okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you for your question. Is it good for someone with gout to eat eggs? We'll find out. Oh, no, this is not connecting. All right, 0911 20022 0707 454 1014.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello. Hello, good morning.
Oh, what's wrong? Oh, your network is really, really bad, or you try to speak into your mouthpiece. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, go ahead quickly.
Okay. Chief Collins from World Bank.
Go ahead, Chief Collins.
My question seems very funny. But when we are small, we are told not to eat eggs, because if you eat eggs, it will lead us to theft.
True.
It will lead them to theft. Okay.
And at adult age, we are also asked not to eat much eggs. What time again in our life do we eat eggs? When we are prevented to eat eggs at a young age and also at adult age. What is the time to eat egg?
What is the time? I'm struggling to actually, but don't worry. I think you have passed on the message.
What stage of life do we then eat eggs? Since we are discovered to eat eggs at young age. Then at adult age again, we are discouraged to eat eggs.
You are not discouraged, though. In fact, let me answer that one straight up. They deceived you. And you fell for it. Growing up, there's nothing our parents did not tell us. If you eat one full egg, you're a thief. Abi, that's what he's trying to say. I remember that. A lot of parents, maybe due to the fact that at that point they could not afford eggs, or maybe due to one problem or the other, they just had to manage what they had in the house. The next thing they will tell their children is, Omo, don't eat one full egg. It is only thieves that do that, because the moment you are unable to afford one full egg, you start to steal. I've heard people say that they said their parents told them, but it's a big scam. A big scam, Oga. So please, you are entitled to egg at least once a day, okay? Nobody is discouraging you from eating eggs. All we're saying that is that everything should be in moderation. Okay, so Chief Dr. Fidel also asked for the complications of eating eggs at old age. He asked if there are complications, and dietitian Rose has said that it can give rise to increased cholesterol for those that are susceptible. Like I said, there are some elderly people that are strong. They are quite strong. They don't have any ailment at all. You can go ahead to eat eggs, at least 4 in a week is okay for you. However, if you are already aging and you have any of those ailments, please, I beg you, avoid, if possible, avoid the yolk. Avoid it in its entirety. And then I know that dietitian Rose also told me that for people who want to fry eggs, especially people who have high cholesterol, I know I'm particular about high cholesterol patients or heart disease. For people who fall within that category, please do not fry your eggs with ordinary vegetable oil or groundnut oil. It will add up to the fats already in the egg. Dietitian Rose says fry with original olive oil. We have said this before. For you to get the best quality of oil that is not high in cholesterol, please always go for original olive oil. Kachisin called in one time. I was asking, is it the same oil that is used for deliverance? That is olive oil. It's just that in this part of the world, we've made it synonymous with Christianity. We've made it synonymous with deliverance. But that is olive oil. However, we have a lot of fake olive oil in the market. So you have to be extremely careful.
The other day I went to the market, I now asked for olive oil.
Okay.
Then the person now gave me this normal granite oil, but that is olive. I was like, how much? I said 1.5. I looked at it, I said, this is olive oil. I just said, and like you just said, you rightly said, there are a lot of fakes.
A lot.
If I had not, that bottle like that one is the one we used to normally, I've forgotten the brand, but it's what we usually used to cook. That one is very, very common in cooking. So the lady is all this spicy shop, and I was like, normally spice is supposed to have all the kinds of oils, and I asked her, and she just gave me a bottle of granite oil as olive oil. And if I had not had it, I would have bought it that day.
Yeah. So people have to be very, very careful. And then I know that someone asked a very important question and said, fried eggs or boiled eggs, which is better, which is more nutritious? Of course, you have answered the question already. There is nothing like when you boil something. When you fry, you add more oil. You add more cholesterol. Now, boiled eggs has got lower calorie and lower fat content. It is rich in protein and essential nutrients. On the other hand, fried eggs has higher calorie and fat content due to the added oil. Of course, you cannot just break egg and turn it into the frying pan. No. You must add oil and you fry it. So it may increase the risk of heart disease if you consume fried eggs excessively. I hope that answers your question. And then for the person who asked about gout, yes, eggs are a moderate source of purines, which can contribute to uric acid buildup. So for individuals who have gout, moderation is key, according to research. Some people can tolerate eggs in their diet without issues, while others may need to limit or avoid them entirely. So boiled eggs might be a better option due to the lower fat content. However, consult with your healthcare provider, consult with a registered clinical dietitian, or, someone who can give you all the advice that you need, especially if you have gout. I wouldn't want to go deep to talk about gout, but I know it has to do with a condition that affects humans as well. I hope we have tried to answer all of those questions. If there are more, keep your questions coming in. 0911 20,022 or 0707 454 1014. Let's see who we have here.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, that's the I call back.
Okay, Eze, quickly.
Yes. Mommy, do you know, I hope you know guinea fowl.
Of course, I know.
Okay. I want to know if guinea fowl egg contains a high degree of cholesterol.
Okay. All
because
right.
I prefer I can eat 10 guinea fowl eggs at a stretch, honestly, more than the other one.
Easy, oh.
I really want to know.
Take it easy. Egg
Thank
is
you.
egg. Eze, egg is egg. Oh. Whether guinea fowl, whether chicken, which other egg?
Turkey.
Turkey.
Yes.
Have you seen turkey egg before?
Egg is big.
You heard. You've not
Yeah.
seen.
Ostrich egg.
Okay, what of geese? That's one
I don't
egg.
think I've
I
heard of
came
that.
across that egg one time and I admired the beauty of God's creation. Very big egg and it was golden in color. Very nice. See her
Geese.
face.
Okay, geese.
Okay, so Eze, I will attend to your question in a few seconds. Let's see what this person has to say. And we lost that call. We are live on Facebook. Go right now, drop your comments, and we'll be here to read it out. Okay, so according to my dietitian, she says that both guinea fowl and chicken eggs are highly nutritious. However, both guinea fowl eggs, guinea fowl eggs has more unique benefits. That is why I've also heard people say eat more of the local, is it local chickens or local fowl? I don't know what they call the native fowls now, that their eggs are more nutritious than, the ones that are in the poultry and all that. But I want to tell you that they all have similarities, okay? Egg na egg. Eze, you dey hear? Now, both are good sources of protein, both are good sources of vitamins, both are good sources of mineral. Both eggs, whether guinea fowl egg, that is aqua ogazi, if I want to get it correctly, or the normal chicken eggs, they are both rich in essential amino acids. So the only difference is that maybe the size, due to the size, I know that the guinea fowl egg is smaller than the normal egg, and that's why you feel that you can eat it more. It's not true. One egg is one egg, okay? The same properties you have in one chicken egg are also the properties you have in one guinea fowl egg, despite the size. So let me talk about the nutritional comparison. Guinea fowl eggs, you have 70 to 80 calories. That is about 6 to 7 grams of protein and 5 to 6 grams of fat. While in chicken eggs, you have 70 to 80 calories, 6 to 7 grams of protein, and 5 to 6 grams of fat. So it still boils down to what I said. Both eggs are highly nutritious. So Eze, whether guinea fowl or chicken eggs, please eat in moderation. Thank you very much. All right, one last call before we summarize our talk for today. We still have a lot of things we have not dropped.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, I'm Ella calling from Naze.
Go ahead, Ella.
Please, I want to ask, cooked egg and fried egg, which one is more healthy?
Okay. Oh, Ella, it seems more like you just woke up. We've answered that question already. Boiled egg is recommended. Nobody say you should not fry your eggs. So, however, boiled eggs are usually more recommended because if you're frying, you'll be adding more fat to it. Unless maybe you're frying, except if you're frying with olive oil, original olive oil. Okay. So, there are a lot of things we have not said, but let me see if I can go back. Now, it is said that the reason you might want to try to avoid having more than one egg yolk in a day is because egg yolk is saturated with fat. It has a lot of fat and can increase the level of LDL cholesterol. That is the bad cholesterol. In as much as we're trying to talk about bad cholesterol, it's not only eggs that contain bad cholesterol. So even some foods that we eat also contribute to you having bad cholesterol. But it is important for you to try as much as you can to limit the intake of egg yolks in a day. Now, for people who have hyperlipidemia, that is high cholesterol, for people who have type 2 diabetes, and for people who have heart disease, it is said that you should reduce your intake of egg yolk in a day. Okay, so there are a lot of things I want to say. And it also says that factors like your genetics, your family history, how you prepare your eggs, your overall diet, and even where you live can influence how many eggs you can safely eat per day. For instance, we are in Nigeria. Some people, I don't know, I wouldn't know if it's because of their body makeup. We are here shouting, don't eat more than one egg in a day. There are some people that will eat 4 eggs, nothing will happen to them. Understand where I'm coming from. Why there are others in other parts of the world, in other climes, if they try it, straight to the hospital. I don't know if you understand. So what this research is trying to say is it also depends on your genetic makeup. Some people are stronger than the others.
True.
Very, very true. If you bring a black man, bring a white man, you know now, the black man will always be, I wouldn't say superior, but the black man is naturally gifted to be stronger than the white man. That is how God made it. Our immune system, the kind of food we eat, everything. If the white man should spend some level of time doing all of the hard work that we do, I don't think most of them will survive it. Yeah. So please, I want you to know that in as much as we are here saying eat 1 egg per day, if you have a strong immunity, if your genetic makeup is strong and you don't have any ailment like type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, you might not be at a high risk. Yeah, the target today is for people who are at a higher risk of consuming those things. Okay, so now, egg consumption by age group, according to research for children who are 2 to 12 years, protein is highly essential. I remember that dietitian Rose said, when I asked her, what of children? How many eggs can they eat? And she said, leave them, let them eat as many as they want. But however, you know that if you do not control that habit on time, they tend to grow up eating the same number of eggs they always ate as children. I don't know if you understand me. So for children, protein is very, very important for their growth and development. And we all know that eggs has a lot of amino acids that can help build, blocks of protein in the children. So it's also recommended that they take at least 1 egg per day. It's a very good starting point. However, you can, give them more of yolks than the whites because everything they need to grow as children are found in the egg yolks. Okay. And then teenagers, 13 to 19 years. We all know that for teenagers, at some point in their lives, they start to experience body changes. Increase in their nutrients will come up. So 1 to 2 boiled eggs can also help provide those essential vitamins, proteins, and omega-3 that they need. Also, research shows that boys often need more protein. Okay? So I wouldn't want to go deep into this, because now they are bringing in gender to this. So, but from what I can see, teenage boys need more protein than the females. Why this is so, I do not know. So they are recommending at least 1 to 2 eggs for teenagers. And then for adults, 20 to 50 years old, adults in their prime, 1 whole egg in a day is recommended. Please, you have heard it. Also for adults 50 years plus, as we age, our bodies need more protein to maintain muscle mass. Vitamin D becomes increasingly important for bone health. While I was doing one research one time, I found out that as we age, the bone density decreases. Your bone will not be as strong as it used to be. So, however, you need vitamin D to help you with your bone health. So, for older adults, they should be mindful of cholesterol levels. While egg yolk is nutritious, older adults with high cholesterol or heart disease may come down with a lot of, there are a lot of risk factors if they consume more egg whites or more egg yolks. So please, 1 egg a day is recommended. And then I stumbled on a research quickly that said that high consumption of eggs can cause brain cancer. That is another topic for another day. And according to the person who said this, she is a dietitian, Olushola Malomo. She came up sometime last year to warn Nigerians that high consumption of eggs can increase the risk of brain cancer and hypertension. I wouldn't know why, but she is a clinical dietitian, so you might want to do more research on that. Also, she made mention, I know there was a place she made mention of breast cancer. Maybe we'll touch on this topic some other time, and hopefully, I guess by then, our dietitian will be in the studio. Thank you, Janet Aitbo. Thank you, Modestus Ibe, Chukwuemeka Anusiem, Precious Ndubisi. Thank you all for your messages. Unfortunately, we cannot read all the messages this morning, but we see you. Best Beauty, parting words before we go.
Be safe.
Be safe for egg.
Be safe now. Because some people, they're not doing sunny side up. You want to eat like Oyibo people, sunny side up, and the yolk is not ready. The yolk is not done. I don't know the right word. Have you seen
that?
I've seen it.
Instead of cracking the egg and mixing it very well before they fry, because they watch these things on television, they just crack the egg, pour the white,
Yes,
parts, and then they put the yolk on top. They just fry. We don't even fry it.
They don't fry. You just leave it a bit, then
Saute a little.
take it off, eat it like that. And I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
what kind of food is that?
We have copied and copied rubbish.
Be safe.
Please let us always copy the right things, okay? Our forefathers, our parents, our grandparents, they always like to do things the traditional way, the African way. And I believe that's why many of them lived long. So please let us copy the right things, okay? I have to go. We have to run away from the studio. We are out of time already. Thanks to everyone that called in. Tomorrow we'll make a return with yet another interesting topic. God bless you. My name is Mary Omeniwode. You can call me the Slim Diva. You're most adorable.
And my name is Best Beauty.
Okay, up next is the news. Stay tuned.
Echo FM.
This week to help those in need.
If you know that it's God Almighty that created you and created we Nigerians like you need to do good things for us because the masses are suffering. How you can suspend me here? Are we the slaves?
And I'm going to win this election.
That is the truth.
Stay informed with Echo FM 100.7. Join us for exclusive interviews with experts, breaking updates on local and global events, and in-depth coverage of issues impacting our community. Tune in every weekday at 6:30 a.m., 12 noon, 2 p.m., and 6 p.m. for our major news bulletin in English, Igbo, and Pidgin language. For more inquiries, you can reach us through our email, echofm@thekingmail.com. You can follow us on our social media handles at Echo FM. Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. We are the Fresh News People. It's the news at noon on Echo FM 100.7.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Global News on Echo FM 100.7, the station with fair and balanced reporting. I am Best Beauty going far, bringing you the latest and breaking stories around the world. First, the headlines. Tinubu acted ahead of Trump's military threat on Anuga. FG harps on sustainable use of natural resources. Asari Dokubo threatens Trump, U.S. forces over invasion plans. Deadly quake rocks Afghanistan. Russia, China have secretly tested nuclear weapons, Trump. Hurricane eyes Barcelona move sets timeline. Details shortly. Please stay tuned. The presidency says President Bola Ahmed Tinubu acted proactively before the recent diplomatic tension between Nigeria and the United States over alleged persecution of Christians. This follows President Donald Trump's warning that Nigeria could face military action after Washington listed it as a country of particular concern for alleged religious violations. Reacting to the threat, Presidential spokesman Bayo Onanuga said Tinubu's earlier directives to service chiefs and recent military restructuring showed foresight and readiness to protect Nigeria's sovereignty. He stated that Tinubu's stance demonstrates firm leadership and a refusal to tolerate any foreign interference in the country's internal security affairs. Onanuga's comments come amid growing international criticism of the U.S. designation, which the Nigerian government has described as politically motivated and inaccurate. Abuja insists that Nigeria guarantees full religious freedom and is focused on tackling insecurity without bias toward any religious group. The federal government has reaffirmed its commitment to the sustainable use of Nigeria's natural resources as part of efforts to protect the environment and boost economic growth. The Minister of Environment, Balarabe Lawal, said this during a forum on biodiversity-based enterprises, noting that the initiative promotes job creation while preserving natural ecosystems. Represented by Dr. Zakaria Yaduma, the Director General of the Forestry Research Institute of Nigeria, the minister explained that the program aims to empower communities to utilize biodiversity responsibly without degrading the environment. He emphasized that local residents will receive practical training on sustainable agricultural practices, entrepreneurship, and financial management. Supported by the India-UN Development Partnership Fund, the initiative targets sectors such as piggery, fish farming, and poultry production. It also aligns with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, especially those focusing on biodiversity conservation, gender inclusion, and poverty reduction in rural communities. The Nigerian Education Loan Fund, NELFund, has disclosed that over 1 million students have applied for the new student loan scheme, making it one of the fastest growing social intervention programs under the Tinubu administration. The scheme, launched in May 2024, aims to ensure that no Nigerian student is denied access to tertiary education due to financial constraints. NELFund's Director of Strategic Communications, Osheyemi Oluwatoyi, described the high number of applicants as a sign of growing trust in the initiative. He said the fund is expanding its infrastructure to accommodate the massive interest and ensure that every eligible student is served efficiently. Managing Director Akintunde Sawyer said the milestone reinforces President Tinubu's renewed hope vision for inclusive education. He assured that the fund would maintain transparency and accountability in disbursements while improving digital access to make application and repayment processes seamless. Former Niger Delta militant leader Asari Dokubo has warned U.S. President Donald Trump and American forces against any attempt to invade Nigeria following Washington's recent military threat. Dokubo said in a live broadcast that the U.S. would face fierce resistance if it dares to attack Nigerian soil. The former militant leader described Trump's remarks as reckless and provocative, arguing that Nigeria's internal issues should not be used as justification for foreign aggression. He accused Western powers of hypocrisy and interference in African affairs while ignoring similar human rights violations in other countries. Dokubo further condemned claims that violence in Nigeria targets Christians, stating that both Muslims and Christians have been victims of terrorism and banditry. His comments come as Nigerians remain divided over Trump's warning, with many calling for diplomatic resolution rather than confrontation. Ahead of the November 8 governorship election in Anambra State, the Nigeria Police Force has deployed tactical units, helicopters and drones to ensure a peaceful and secure process. The police public relations officer in the state, SP Tochukwu Ikenga, confirmed the deployment in a statement from the force headquarters, Abuja. Receiving the teams in Awka, Commissioner of Police Ikioye Orutugu expressed gratitude to the Inspector General of Police for prioritizing Anambra's security. He said the aerial surveillance and ground patrols will cover all 21 local government areas to deter violence and ensure voter safety throughout the election period. The commissioner reaffirmed the police's commitment to collaborate with other security agencies and stakeholders in safeguarding lives and property. He urged residents to remain calm, law-abiding, and report any suspicious activity promptly to aid the success of the election. If you just tuned in, you're listening to the Global News and Echo FM 100.7, a recap of the headlines. Tinubu acted ahead of Trump's military threat on Anuga. FG harps on sustainable use of natural resources. Asari Dokubo threatens Trump, U.S. forces over invasion plans. Deadly quake rocks Afghanistan. Russia, China have secretly tested nuclear weapons. Trump. Hurricane eyes Barcelona move, sets timeline. And up next is the business, foreign and sports news. Please stay tuned.
Echo FM 100.7, the fresh news people.
Mpox is a rare disease caused by a virus that spreads through close contact with someone or an animal that's been infected with the disease. You can contract Mpox by being in contact with recently contaminated materials like clothing, bedding, and other items used by an infected person or animal. Symptoms of Mpox include chills, muscle aches, fever, headache, rash, and fatigue. In order to prevent yourself or your loved ones from coming down with Mpox, wash your hands regularly with soap and running water. Avoid contact with people who may be infected with the virus. Clean and disinfect surfaces thoroughly. Wear personal protective equipment when caring for people infected with the virus. If infected, remain in isolation until all lesions and scabs fall off. This message is from Echo 100.7 FM, Uwari.
In business, the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, MAN, has projected a major rebound in Nigeria's industrial sector in 2026, with manufacturing expected to grow by 3.1% and contribute 10.2% to GDP. MAN said its forecast is based on favorable oil prices, improved investment inflows, and better energy stability. Director of Research and Economic Policy, Dr. Oluwasegun Osidipe, who presented the MAN CEO's Confidence Index report in Lagos, said the outlook reflects optimism among industry leaders following recent government reforms. He emphasized that stronger fiscal policies, reduced production costs, and improved access to credits would drive growth in the coming year. Osidipe added that overall GDP could rise to 4% in 2026 due to higher oil output, better fiscal space, and consumer spending during the pre-election period. He urged the government to sustain reforms that encourage innovation, competitiveness, and local production. On the foreign scene, a powerful 6.3 magnitude earthquake has struck northern Afghanistan, leaving at least 20 people dead and nearly 600 others injured. The tremor, which hit near the city of Mazar-e-Sharif, destroyed several homes and damaged historic landmarks, including one of the region's oldest mosques. Reports say the quake caused massive power outages in 9 provinces after transmission lines from Uzbekistan and Tajikistan were severed. Thousands of families spent the night outdoors as aftershocks continued across Samagan and Balkh provinces. Government officials and humanitarian agencies are coordinating rescue efforts, while the United Nations confirmed that emergency teams are already on the ground to assess damages and deliver relief materials to affected communities. And still on the foreign scene, U.S. President Donald Trump has alleged that Russia and China have been secretly conducting on-the-ground nuclear weapons tests. Speaking before a high-level meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping in South Korea, Trump said the U.S. would resume its own testing to maintain strategic parity. His claim came days after Russia confirmed testing its new nuclear-powered cruise missile, Borovexnik, and a nuclear-capable underwater drone. Trump argued that if other nations were advancing their arsenals, the U.S. must not remain idle. China's foreign ministry denied the allegation, saying Beijing remains committed to the Global Non-Proliferation Treaty. It called on Washington to demonstrate restraint and work toward maintaining global peace and strategic stability. In the world of sports, Bayern Munich striker Harry Kane has reportedly shown interest in joining Barcelona and sets a timeline to decide his future. The English forward has been in top form, scoring 17 goals across all competitions this season for Vincent Kompany's side. Despite being under contract with Bayern until 2027, reports suggest Kane could activate a £57 million release clause next summer. Several clubs, including Barcelona and top Premier League teams, are monitoring the situation closely. Sources close to the player say Kane is considering a move to Spain, but will make a final decision at the end of the season. While Barcelona could match his salary, other clubs may table higher offers for the 32-year-old England captain. And this brings an end to the global news edited by Benjamin Joseph. For more information and inquiries, visit our social media platforms on Facebook at Echo FM, X at Echo FM_Owerri, Instagram at Echo FM 100.7, YouTube at Echo FM 100.7. You can listen to us anywhere in the world by visiting www.echofm.net. I am Best Beauty going far. Thank you for joining us and stay tuned for more updates. Good afternoon.
Echo FM.
Echo FM 100.7, the fresh news people.